Hey everyone, I'm Unorb, also known as Sub-Solo. The Black Frieza arc is still in production with JJLK, and next week I'll be posting some updates about its development. At the same time, Gabro is drawing the next chapter of Dragon Ball MM, which is already well underway. Meanwhile, I'll continue bringing the chapters of Dragon Ball End of Z, a story made by my friend Dinho. His credits are in the description. The playlist with all episodes of this story is also in the description. Without further delay, let's move on to today's episode. Goku has transformed into a Super Saiyan 3. He shouted and his power increased. Meanwhile, Trunks was having trouble fighting his clone, as he was running out of energy. But suddenly the clone was blown up. Trunks was confused, but when the smoke cleared, he saw it was his father's doing. By breaking through that dimension, Vegeta managed to reach Trunks. Vegeta felt Goku's growing power and said, "Trunks, we need to get out of here immediately. This place is about to completely shatter at any moment." Suddenly, a hole opened in the ceiling of that dimension, and from there, Goku appeared. He was surprised to see Vegeta in Super Saiyan 3, and still using it calmly without any signs of exhaustion. Vegeta revealed that he had refined his strength to the point of being able to control energy consumption. Goku then said he would train even more, as he didn't want to fall behind. But Vegeta said he wouldn't give him any openings, which made Goku smile. While they were talking peacefully, Goten was in trouble. He was out of energy, and his clone was about to attack. But just like what happened with Trunks, someone appeared at the last moment to save him. That someone was Oob, who shattered the clone with a single strike. His gaze had a dark and ominous look, which even scared Goten for a moment. Oob's energy reached Vegeta, Goku, and Trunks. It was overwhelming. Meanwhile, in the Outworld, Hydra also reacted to Oob's powers and said, "The power of that boy is completely out of control." Hydra began to feel a strange chill, realizing that Oob's powers kept growing stronger and stronger, to the point of distorting the entire dimensional structure. The explosion of the soul-purifying machine had transformed the trainee ogre into a powerful, evil demon. Hydra gave him instructions and then vanished into a portal, while the demon's body crumbled into blocks. Hydra returned to Earth at maximum speed to find the last Dragon Ball in time. Once again, he spat blood. Then he said to himself, "Damn it! This is not a good sign. I've already used a large portion of my power so far. I can't keep going like this. This body is absolutely pathetic. Its physical structure shows fragility and pitiful inferiority, incapable of offering any worthy resistance. The sphere is right below. Very close. I need to summon Shenlong immediately." Back in the other dimension, Oob had already returned to normal. Goten said he regretted not taking training seriously, and promised, "I'll get stronger, just like you, Oob." Oob smiled, but soon noticed the entire structure of the place violently breaking apart. Suddenly, the whole dimension collapsed and simply ceased to exist. Thus, all the warriors trapped there were freed and returned to Earth. Meanwhile, Hydra had finally found the last Dragon Ball, but someone stood in his way. That someone was Kibitoshin. Hydra said, "Kaioshin, I hope you're not thinking of interfering with my goals in this world. Spare me the trouble, and hand over the 4-star Dragon Ball." Kibitoshin replied, "I can't do that, Hydra. You can't have full access to this world. Your place is no longer here, nor in the Outworld. You were banished from all your divine duties." Hydra asked how he could say such things before a god. Kibitoshin replied, "Don't fool yourself, Hydra. You are not and never were a god. You were the angel responsible for maintaining the balance between hell and paradise. But you rebelled against the Grand Kai and challenged the Grand Priest, trying to become the supreme entity. You ceased to be an angel and became just another corrupted being." Hydra thanked Shin for the explanation, but reminded him of an important detail. "I possess the Shinkai no Kagi, the key capable of freeing the gods of the Grand Priest. Once I kill you, the seal will be broken, and I'll be able to escape the dimensional prison, and finally assume my true form." Kibitoshin asked how Hydra managed to take physical form, even while being imprisoned in such distant galaxies. He theorized that Hydra could never have done it alone. Hydra said he was right, as he had the valuable help of the king of the Makai world. Kibitoshin was shocked and said that was impossible. Hydra once again told Shin to hand over the sphere, but he refused. Hydra then used a portal to reach Kibitoshin and struck him with a punch. Once again using the portals, he followed with a kick and finished with a blow, using both arms. Kibitoshin crashed hard against the ground, but refused to give up and stood back up. Meanwhile, Goku told Goten and Trunks to go to Master Roshi's house, since the others should be there. Goku intended to investigate the situation with Vegeta and Oob by going to the heavenly platform, but suddenly, they were transported once again. This time though, it was different. It wasn't Hydra's energy. They ended up in a place that wasn't Earth. Vegeta recognized it, because he had been there before. It was hell. At the same time, the entire heavenly platform was trembling, as Gohan's power was rising immensely. Thank you for watching another video. Once again, my other stories are still in production, but it's a complex and time-consuming process. While I don't have new chapters ready, I'll keep bringing other stories, so the channel doesn't stay inactive, and the Hydra saga keeps getting more and more interesting. When I first started reading it, I'll admit it didn't seem that promising, but as things went on, I realized the story could actually be a lot of fun. That's why I decided to share it with you. I'm really curious to see how the author will handle the concept of angels, which will clearly be very different from Dragon Ball Super's version. I'm also curious to see Janemba, a nice bit of fan service, though I hope he doesn't spend too much time on that, because the truth is, Janemba is a great movie villain, but maybe not so fitting for an entire arc, given his lack of personality. That's why I liked that he was reduced to more of a henchman role. I also really liked how Yub was portrayed as someone with great potential, which makes perfect sense. If he's the direct reincarnation of Evil Boo, we can deduce that his natural potential is the same as Kid Boo's. Add Goku's training on top of that, and we basically get a trained Kid Boo, which would result in someone absurdly powerful. In other fan stories, and even in Dragon Ball GT, Yuba usually ends up being discarded, which is really disappointing. Here, seeing him take on such an important role makes me genuinely happy. I started reading End of Z without expecting much, but I can see the story getting better and better. Now I'll leave you with some preview pages from the next chapter of Dragon Ball MM, which is almost ready. And remember, next week we'll have some news about the Black Frieza arc.